Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another who would win versus style death battle matchup. Surprising, I haven't done this one, intended to do it for quite a while, and that will be of Marvel's Wolverine versus Captain America. Who would win? Alright, good stuff. So I wanted to do more versus matchup style videos because they're something that I did almost when I first started on YouTube, when I first started doing YouTube videos. They're one of the first things I did, and I kind of have gotten away from them a little bit with all the reviews I've been doing for different things, including, of course, The Walking Dead. But with regards to the versus videos, I don't ever want to really stop making them. I want to constantly make them over the course of the years as I'm doing YouTube. Now, this one is a good one, I think, because it's two of the biggest characters in all of Marvel. In terms of which version are we going to be using for them, I'm going to go for this one for a movie universe matchup, meaning that this matchup is between the Hugh Jackman Wolverine and the Captain America Chris Evans. So it's not going to be your regular comic book version of each. It'll be a versus matchup between them, so in their respective movie universes. Yes, I know Marvel technically has the license for Avengers and Cap, and Fox has X-Men for now. I'm assuming when that runs out, Marvel's going to take that back. I would think they would and want to use, because it's Disney, right? Disney's not going to license out now that they own Marvel. They're going to use it to the best of their ability and make a lot of, probably a whole new X-Men movie franchise. But nevertheless, for now, Hugh Jackman has been a pretty incredible Wolverine. He's had so many movies. I mean, he's played the role of Wolverine in more movies than probably any other superhero has played. Anybody else has played a superhero in live-action movies. I bet you he would hold that record. So that said, of course, with the release of X-Men Days of Future Past, I thought this was a good matchup. We saw the Winter Soldier earlier this year, and Chris Evans was really good in that. I thought he did a great job. So I think this makes sense. Who would win in a versus matchup between that version of Cap and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine? Well, okay, so let's break it down in terms of course, their powers first. So they're basically the same as the comic books in terms of powers, I want to say, with Chris Evans obviously has peak human condition, so he's kind of like a super strength, I guess you could say, to a degree. Not the Hulk type of super strength, but a lot stronger than a regular human being, much stronger than he looks in terms of his size. So in terms of a strength advantage between Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Chris Evans' Cap, I think I have to give a slight advantage to Chris Evans' Cap, even though Wolverine, I believe Hugh Jackman's a lot bigger than Chris Evans in real life. But nevertheless, based on the characters, he should be a bit stronger than Wolverine. That said, of course, Wolverine obviously has the adamantium skeleton and everything, or let's consider it to be when he did. Whether or not he has bone claws or adamantium, let's give him adamantium, because for the most part he does have the adamantium. For the most part. We don't know if he will in the upcoming movie. Based on the trailer, it looks like he'll probably have bone claws for at least a good portion of it, but we may see a mixture of both. So let's say he's got his adamantium, Chris Evans has got his shield as Cap. Who's going to win? Okay, so strength goes to Cap. Speed, I'd also have to give a slight advantage to Cap. Toughness, definitely Wolverine. As tough as Chris Evans' Cap would be in the movie universe, I'd have to say that Wolverine has been shown to be shot many times. I mean, for God's sake, there was wasn't it an atom bomb dropped on him? In the Wolverine. Well, not exactly. It's directly on him. He was underneath and everything, and I don't think we know whether or not that was. I think it's supposed to be an A-bomb. I don't know if that's for sure, but it seemed like it to me anyway. Let's just say a heavy explosive device. Okay, let's make it general. So toughness goes to Wolverine. Fighting skills, fighting ability. Well, Wolverine's kind of like more of a rampager, but we have seen him against samurai now. We've seen a lot of his training over the movies, through the movies, cage fighting, things like that. Chris Evans's Cap is more like an army type trained. He'll use, he'll use pretty much most of his body, even throw high kicks and things like that. And we got to see some of his speed and really good stuff against the Winter Soldier with that knife that he's flipping, and all the different fight scenes we had him in there too. So in terms of technique and fighting ability, I don't know. It's kind of a tough one where I want to go with finesse. I want to say that it would be Cap, but because of the cage fighting we saw Wolverine in the earlier X-Men movies, I think it was the first one, and all the stuff we've seen him in, the amount of fights, the amount of experience he's been in, I'm going to have to go with Wolverine based on that experience, dirty fighting, just because he has his own fighting style because he's not afraid to get hit. Most people's fighting styles, like in real life, you're going to try to avoid getting hit. Wolverine can take it, he's made of metal, right? So, or at least his skeleton's laced with it, so he can take hits, and his fighting style is going to be berserker. It's going to be totally different. So I'll have to give him the advantage in terms of that. The shield and the claws. So adamantium claws against the vibranium shield. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think that the shield would, or the claws would puncture the shield. I think it's kind of like a scratching metal on metal type situation where neither one really gets an advantage over the other. And like I said, for all of those different attributes, so we'll recap them. Strength, speed, agility, slight advantages to Cap, but not huge advantages. Toughness, experience, fighting skills to Wolverine. Here's my take on this one. Here's what I think. Captain America is good to start. He would do really well at the start, but once they start getting tired, once he starts realizing that he just can't put this guy down, he wouldn't be able to just put Wolverine down and stop him. The shield protects him, protects people. The shield is a defensive weapon, of course. But in terms of offense, I don't think Cap can dish out enough offense to stop Wolverine. So if this is a battle to the death, if this is a death battle, sooner or later, Wolverine lands a claw, lands something, and yes, Super Soldier will help a bit, but those things are going to slice through him, and he's not going to be able to heal fast enough or, recoup fast enough. The Wolverine will be all over him. So I'm a bit biased. I do like both characters, but in terms of the movie universe, I like Wolverine a little bit more. Not much more, but a little bit more. And in this one, I'd have to go with the winner from Cap versus Wolverine. Chris Evans' Cap, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. I'm going to go with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine as winning this death battle. I think it makes sense, because how could Cap stop him permanently? Could he stop him permanently? No, I just don't think so. Even if he knocks him out, I mean, how long would that last? He wouldn't be able to stop him. If you're talking about to death, has to be Wolverine, I'd say. If you're just talking who would win, okay, maybe you can make a case for Cap, but still, I don't think he's going to be able to avoid the adamantium forever. Even if it was bone claws, okay, with bone claws, he's got more of a chance. It's closer, but I think sooner or later, Wolverine's going to wear him down, and Cap's not going to be able to do the same to him. So those are my thoughts on Cap versus Wolverine. Not really the comic book version. That's kind of different to a degree, but I could talk about that a little bit more. But in terms of the movie universe versions, there's my versus matchup. So let me know what you guys think about these two. Thumb it down, thumb it up, depending on what you like. If you agree with me, you think Wolverine wins this one, thumb it up. If you disagree and you think Cap takes this, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Not a problem at all. Don't worry about it. But I'd like to kind of see from the up and down thumbs who agrees that Wolverine takes Cap, or who disagrees and thinks Cap takes Wolverine. Totally close one. I mean, if you think that Cap wins this one, hey, there's that's fine. I think that makes a lot of sense too. You could see it that way. You could see him winning in other ways. So write in the comments below what you guys think about this one, whether or not you think I got the right answer for this one. I personally think so. I think it makes sense. And I'll call it here. Also send me some suggestions if you have any of the versus matchups. They don't have to be just comic book versions of the characters. We could do like movie on movie versions, of basically anybody. I've even done Terminator versus RoboCop. People like that one. Alien versus Predator. I've done lots of them. So let me know what you guys think and send me your suggestions. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev. As always, I'm saying peace.